Good morning, designers. I don't usually get to say good morning, but I know for sure that those of you on Tuesday who will be watching this will all be in the morning, so I like that. Today is mostly for you to work. Just work on your quests. If you're not sure anymore or yet what to do, remember to check your dailies, which you probably did because you're watching this video. Look for the Think Design. Make sure you've completed that. Next week, there's going to be new Think Design. That'll be the first time, and then you'll have 2 weeks to complete that one. So you really want to be ahead of the game at this point and make sure the current one is completed. And then maybe do a sketching exercise. Remember, I recommend 1 per class maximum. Not necessarily every class, but at least I would say do the warm-ups every class. And then whichever map you're interested in. Are you keen on CAD/CAM? Do you really want to work on woodworking? Is coding your thing? Go there, spend your time working on that, and then ask questions. The more that you run into problems where you cannot figure it out, the more that you're actually learning. That's where I want you to get, is I want you to get to the point where you know that you need something and you can't figure out how to get it yet. Because then we're at the edge of your knowledge and you know exactly where that edge is. And then you're really learning. So that's where I want you to get to in this class, is get to that spot very regularly so that you're always pushing the boundaries of what you know and what you can do. If you're always working within, I know this already, then you're not learning that much. And if you're regularly working within the boundaries of, well, I didn't even know I needed to do that, then you don't have a good enough framework yet to know where that boundary is to push yourself to it. So that's what I want you to find, is where is that space where I know everything up to this point. I know I need to go further, but I don't know how. So hopefully you can get there. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring today is if you would like some individualized sketching feedback, I'd like to get a sketching page from you or a picture of one, so that I can see where you're at with the various skills and give you some really individualized, here's the next sub-skill you need to work on. So this is what I'd like you to give me. I'd like a page like this. So turning it sideways, I want you to go down from the top about a third of the page, just do parallel lines all the way across. And if you start parallel lines far apart, maybe you did this line and then this line and then this line, come back in and try to fill in parallel lines as close as you can get to each other and try to make them as straight as you can. And then once you've done those, then I want you to turn it sideways and do some angled lines the same way, parallel but significantly shorter, so that you can maybe get them even closer together, but just a little band of those. And then I want you to fill up a section of the page with circles. And notice that I've got lots of different sizes of circles here. Little small ones inside the big ones, medium-sized ones, bigger medium-sized ones, and then some really big ones. Don't worry about overlapping them. Maybe I saw this and I thought, oh, I could put one there and that kind of looks like an eye. Play with it a little bit. Have fun making the circles. And as you're making them, so this one was one of my first ones right here. And this was one of my second, I think it was the second and the third one that I made. And those are all kind of ovals, right? They're kind of flattened. So then I started slowing down just a little bit and trying to really make it more circular. And some of my later ones, I was able to make them much more circular. Play with it, see what you can do, but fill up a good section of it, maybe another third of the page with circles. And then the last 2 things I want you to do is very lightly, I'd like you to sketch in a cube. And I'm not worried about the lines coming to a point. Notice that mine are regularly crossing, right? The edges go way out. And then very last is very, very light line, gradually heavier to a very, very heavy line. Okay, so those are all the things that I'd like on the sketching page. And then I want you to take a really clean picture of that. Fill the whole screen up with the item nicely lit and email that to me with sketching feedback as the subject.